man. You know you told me to get ready twice. All right, this is Channing Humphrey with Semi-Pro Live with the Weekend Cap Edition Friday night. We've got on a special guest program that we've gotten to see a lot over the last couple of weeks due to our dealings with Premier Events. We've got AYG and their head coach and some of the star players. We've got Weldon Johnson, head coach and head man in charge. So we're going to get to do a deep dive on this team, get a little bit more information on these players, find out what individual teams they come from, and just what do we have to expect for these young men going forward in the future. So I'm just going to start off with these young athletes. Most of my audience, a large chunk of them from my semi-pro days, they remember Weldon from his arena career with the Mesquite Marshals. So we're going to go ahead and let the young athletes introduce themselves. So we'll start off with my man, Duke.
All right, I go by Juice, real name David Ellis. My fall team is Pat Prom. And the college team I want to go to is Florida University, Gators. And something that I expect people to expect out of me when I play is for me to play my hardest no matter the competition. And play everybody like I would play, and play like it's my last time playing football. So, yeah.
All right, man. That's a great introduction. We'll swing over to Big Dog Eric. We got to see him before on our last message. He was a little bit spicy then. We're going to hear the toned down version of my dog.
My name is Ayg 7V7. My fall team is the Elite Golden Bears, and what college I want to go to. What I want to go to is Ohio State.
Hey.
Not Ohio, Oklahoma. And
nah, just Ohio State. We want you. we. I'm from Akron. We want you. Go ahead, continue, Big Dog.
And what I want people to expect from me is that no matter how small I am, I can still take everybody on.
Hey, man, size is temporary. I used to be fat. You never know. But, hey, shout out to the Elite Golden Bears. So we know Eric is one for the drip. Let's swing over to Big Dog in the middle. Let's get your introduction to our audience.
My name is Makama Christian, and I play for the Bills. Hey. I want to go to Oklahoma. And what I expect out of people what I want people to expect out of me is that I'm the best.
I like that. Shout out to Joe White and the Bills. You know, that's where the Big Dripper got his start. So, I always got love for the Bills. Let's slide over to my guy, Mr. His own GOAT himself. He doesn't really need much of an introduction, but he should do it just so we can keep a team effort going. So go ahead, introduce yourself to the audience, sir.
My name is Sapor Cooper, and my fall team is Pac Prom. And what class I want to go to is Oregon. And what I want people to expect out of me is I play hard.
All right, man. That's what's up. Every time I see you, you done played hard. Now, in addition to that, so are you going for the icy uniforms, or are you going to be Baby Gronk's roommate? Not messing with you. Let's slide over to the man over here on the side with the cannon.
My name is Cameron Phillips. My fall team is Pac Prime, and I want to go to LSU for my college career. I want people to expect out of me is I'm going to give the defense a hard time.
Okay, I like that. I might have to give you the last word next time. Let's come up to the top row.
My name is Brandon Nero. My fall team is SED Wolverines.
Okay.
College team, I want to go to LSU. I want people to expect out of me to play with effort and be disciplined. on my team.
You have no choice, man. You know Greg gonna be on your neck. And last but definitely not least, man, let's go ahead and get that intro, big dog.
My name is Christian Miller. My fall team is Havoc, and the college that I want to go to is SMU. And what people that I want people to expect out of me is I play my hardest.
Definitely, man. Definitely. Well, hey, your dreams are all within range. And if you guys stick with this program and keep on the right track like you are right now, I can see that happening for all of y'all. So, man, I'm going to go ahead and swing it over to the coach, man. And we've seen this team. We've seen you guys in action. We've seen what you guys can do. I want to know, what was your reasoning for coming up for this with this program? And first, what's the meaning of AYG? And what's your overall goal, your overall vision for your program?
So I'll start with the meaning. The AYG stands for all you got. With that, that's the one thing that I ask from each and every player that I have, no matter how small, how big, how talented, whether you're the best guy on the team or the worst guy on the team. I ask everybody to come to play for me, give me all you got. If you can do that, I can coach you. And as general as that is, the way I break it down to them, it doesn't just have to do with their athletic ability. A lot of it just deals with their effort, their willingness to learn, pay attention, their attention to details. This group, I'll be honest with you, this is a special group. I say that because a year ago, half of the kids that you see here did play with this AYG team, and it started out as a group of kids that I was just training. And then it started that we would go and play in tournaments just to test our training. So everything about my program when it started out was truly developmental based. And as the year went on, we got better and better. And, you know, the brand, it kind of caught wind. We came out this year. We played our first tournament in March on about 3-4 weeks of practice. And I'll be honest with you, I did not expect us to win that tournament. We went 0-3 in pool play. 0-3. We didn't win a single game during pool play. Switch came on. I won't say what I said to him after we got done with pool play, but we got into bracket play, and it was like a completely different team. They were playing lights out. And since that tournament, I've had tons of kids reaching out, wanting to come play. I mean, we're to the point now that even though I hate to do it, that I'm even turning kids away. And that's not credit to me. That's to these kids. I mean, they show up to practice. The way we train, the way we practice, it's different, in my opinion, than what anybody else is doing. A lot of people look at me and say, Coach, you've got some of the best athletes in the city. Yeah, you're right, I do. But these same athletes play with other teams. And when they come over here and you watch what this group is doing, it's special. You don't just see kids out jumping kids on jump balls. You don't see kids just using their speed and outrunning kids. You see kids truly running routes. You see true progressions from our quarterback. If you watch him, if you just stand behind him and watch him, you can see him going through reads, and you can see the different concepts that we run with our receivers. Another reason I give these guys tons of credit is because they're running a high school offense. The offense that I'm running with these guys is literally the same offense I run here at Newman. So for them to pick that up and be able to learn that at such a young age, I mean, it's absolutely amazing.
It definitely is. It definitely is. But just on to that point, man, I want you to speak about all of these guys are well-known players on their individual teams, and they're all stars on their individual teams. How do you go about taking this group of alpha athletes that are used to all having the ball in their hands, all being the main focus of their programs, bring them together to work as one in the 7-on-7 program?
I'll be honest, when I look at youth football, what we're talking about here, and what I've attempted to do with this group, it's probably one of the hardest things to do in youth football is when you take some of the best kids from each team and try and get them to coexist on one team. I'll say the thing that's probably worked best for me is the fact that I am a high school offensive coordinator with winning a state championship to the kids. I mean, that's something that all of them look forward to trying to do one day. So I think that allows me to, talk to them in a way that they'll understand. And the way I put it to this group is when you leave your youth team, if you want to compete for a state championship, if you want to go play college ball, you want to compete for a national championship, you're going to play with guys that were dogs on the team they came from. If you can't play with a guy beside you that's just as good as you care more about yourself than you do the team. And over here, you've seen it. We could care less about the individual awards. It's about winning. And I tell them all the time, one guy doesn't win a game, one guy doesn't stop a show. I mean, if you look at us play, you may see one group in one game and somebody's not playing well or whatever the case may be, you'll see somebody else in that spot. And that's what keeps the competition. They know if I don't go out and do my job, the guy next to me or the guy behind me is just as good as I am. And I think that fear of being replaced is what pushes them to compete. I mean, the competition in practice, when I watch us go one-on-ones, when I watch us go offense versus defense, it's like going and playing in a real live game because everybody that we have on this team can play. I mean, we've got starters from Pac Prime, starters from SED, starters from EGB, Havoc, and the list goes on. So, I mean, that's kind of what we get is we've created a true competitive atmosphere. And I think that's what allows these kids to be able to play beside each other versus, their fall team where they go back home and there's only one or two guys. Here, for our quarterback, I tell them all the time, you don't have to be special. Just do your job. You've got 5 of the best receivers in Dallas. Get on the ball.
All right, Cam. Well, speaking of your receiver, I'm going to swing over to the athletes. Now, Cam, tell us about just your progression in youth football, man. Going over to 7-on-7, especially you guys playing up into the high school divisions every once in a while. This is a high-level passing offense that you're running here. You're still in youth football where your coaches are primarily run first. How do you deal with the amount of responsibility that's being forced on you at a young age?
I just take it normally. Honestly, at first I thought it was hard, then I started working on it, and I got good at it.
All right. We'll swing to the man next to you. Now, come on, go. You know I'm talking to you. Now, you're a well-known athlete around the area. How do you deal with, being on this team with a lot of premier athletes where maybe on Pac Prime you're being fed the ball, over here they're going to throw to you only when you're wide open?
Good.
I'll just ask you, how are you dealing with having more competition for the ball?
Getting open.
Hey, that's a simple answer. Leave it at that, because that's really all you can do. You get open, you go get the ball more. That's the only way to deal with it. All right, man, we're going to swing over to my man in the middle. Now, you come from a very competitive and fiery Bills program. How do you deal with, you come from a Bills culture that's a bit, we smashing people in the face to in 7-on-7 seasons, these are actually your teammates. These are guys you're hanging out with. So how do you go from going to war with them in the fall to being teammates during 7-on-7?
We on one team, we one family. When we get on, when we on the field, we ought to play hard, and that's how we play.
All right, man. I feel you. Well, Eric, the next question is for you, man. You're a smaller athlete, and you've been playing select ball for a while. Now, by this point, you've earned a reputation where you're kind of getting known. Before that happened, how did you deal with the pressure of maybe being picked out a little bit because you're a smaller athlete?
I just feel like I had to, since I'm much smaller than all these other athletes, that I had to work 10 times harder than them to at least like earn a spot on the team. So like I had to ball out, do whatever I can, just at least like get a spot.
All right, man. That's definitely the right answer, man, and the right attitude. We're going to get over here to Deuce, man. So how do you deal with the competitiveness of the different leagues that you play with in the DFW?
just look at them like anybody. Some people like with big names, like wide receivers. If I'm at DB guarding somebody like Trent or Caleb or anybody else, I just look at them like just gonna play.
Like the answer, big dog. All right, we're gonna come top row to the left. Weldon. Oh, to the right of Weldon. Excuse me, my bad. I had to flip around because of the camera. All right, man. So tell me, man, what lessons are you able to take from AYG and 7on7 and bring back to your fall programs?
With AYG, when I make mistakes, I go to the coach and he tells me what I do wrong so I can fix my mistakes. And if I fix my attitude, I get back in the game and do better.
All right. Hey, I like these kids, man. All these kids go to your private school, Weldon, or they
Man, that's in the works.
I see. You might need to. They showing off their speech skills right now. Might be some future debaters along with athletes. But we're gonna swing over to last but never least, man. So you're in a very competitive program, man. What are some of the advantages to just being in a program where you get a battle every day of practice?
I just gotta play my hardest and just count on my team to just do their job.
All right, man. Great answer, man. Great answer. Well, hey, we're going to take a little short break. We got some more of your awesome highlights, and we're going to let you guys get a little bit of a closer look at AYG on the field so you can understand how elite these athletes are. We'll be right back after this short break. You're watching Semi-Pro Live, the Friday Weekly Show. All right, we are back, man. So that was just an example of these guys on the field. These are definitely some of the more premier players in their age group out of the DFW right now. So, man, we're just going to go into a little bit of a game. I know you guys had a long day at school. Welton probably had you working out before you got here. So we're going to go ahead and we'll play a point game. So basically, I'll ask some questions. You guys either point to who it is or raise your hand if you know it's you. So we're going to start off. Who's late to the practices in the game? It's all right, man. You're not driving. We ain't gonna get on you, man. Well, for all we know, he might be driving from Bedford to Pleasant Grove, like me. You know? That's my SCD brother. We ain't gonna get on you like that. But anyway, all right, we're gonna go on to the next one. So who gets everybody live at the game? Let's get some examples. Not ready for that? You can't do it live? All right, man. I feel you. Some stuff you got to save for the huddle. All right, man. All right. So if they had on pads, who's going to be hitting? We're going with two. Hey, Deuce and SCD, yeah. we both hitting. All right, man. Who talks the most noise on the field?
Probably true.
All right. All right. Who causes everybody to have to do push-ups the most?
Who is it? You shout him out.
Elijah.
All right, man. All right. Well, we'll go back to some questions. Man. So we're going to swing over here to, and I keep saying Mr. Be Your Own GOAT because he's got a brand that I believe you'd like to talk about, man. So tell us a little bit more about your brand, what led you to come up with it, and what's the concept behind Be Your Own GOAT?
The concept of being your own GOAT is you can do anything that you put your mind to.
All right, man. So what helped? Who actually inspired you to come up with that concept?
I don't know. Yeah, my dad.
Man,
my dad.
Come on now. I'm trying to give you a chance to shout out your pops, man. Come on, don't do All right, so do you have a website, man? Because I know you hooked me up with some of that gear when I ran into you a couple months ago, man. You guys have a website or Instagram where okay, my bad. Transformers. Go ahead, stand up. Let's get a look at it, man. That's a nice design you got there. So Be Your Own GOAT. So what you guys got? You guys have t-shirts, hoodies. What all comes with the brand? Are those some shorts?
Yeah.
Oh, you got a whole fit on. So you got a website?
No.
You said no?
Yes, sir.
So if I wanted to get some t-shirts or some of your gear, man, how do I get in contact with you, or how do I get some gear?
What? My dad?
All right, go ahead. Tell us his name so we can get on his Facebook.
I will have a link up to where you can access all of SIP's Be Your Own GOAT.
All right, man. Appreciate you.
On my AYG page on Facebook tonight. So just check the AYG Sports Performance page, and you will find a link to Be Your Own GOAT tonight.
Yes, check out the page. It's definitely one of those up-and-coming brands. And hey, it's by a young athlete, so you know all the proceeds are going to the right place. So, man, let's swing over to Deuce.
All right. I just got one thing to say. We've been doing these little tournaments for to build our what you call it team up and our country, and it's been good for recognition. But what we really had our mind on is going to College Station for state and winning. But it's one team that I really want to get back on, and they're a really good team. But it's the Highland Park Cowboys.
Okay. Well, Highland Park Cowboys, my boy Deuce wants the smoke. You should wait. I wish you could have said that for the end of the show, but you know what I'm saying? We might come back to you at the end and give us a final message. But we definitely Highland Park, if you're watching, we're going to have to set that up. They need their rematch. They got to get that get back. All right, man. Anybody else got something on the radar? My man Eric?
I've been on this team for like say about 2 years, and I realized that this team is mostly about teamwork, effort. Like I don't I don't know if y'all know this, but what do you call it? When I was with EGB, we never did this 7-on-7, so we were like all over the place, and we lost to AYG. But whenever I was with AYG, and we played like 12U and all that, it's like we all gel real perfectly together because we've been together for a long time. So I just feel like this team is mostly focused on teamwork and trying to get ourselves better and better.
Man, I couldn't have said it better myself. Very well spoken young man. Anybody else have something to add to that?
So this fall season on Pac Prime, I'm looking forward to going to nationals in Florida and winning.
All right, man. Oh, hey, the way you've been balling out there at the Premier Events tournaments, I could definitely see that happening. Big dog up from SCD, man. What we got goals for? Hey, man, I think Coach Greg need another one of them crystal footballs. Hey, it's all right, man. I had to deal with stuff like this when I was your age. All right, well, hey, man, let's go ahead and before got a note from the producer.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Relax for a second.
All right, sorry about that, guys. Now, before we go ahead and wrap this up, man, I want to get each person. Who you guys looking forward to playing to tackle football? We're gonna start with my man Deuce. Who you want? What smoke you want to tackle football? Deuce, can you hear me? Can you guys hear me? I think I may have lost y'all. Can you hear me?
You may be on mute.
Off mute. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
All right, man. I don't know. We lost the sound right quick momentarily. Hey, my man Deuce, man, who you looking for to get the smoke from in tackle football for this upcoming fall?
Uh-oh.
I want everybody.
Ooh, you keep saying something I need to save you for last. Eric, man, the elite Golden Bears, y'all on the come up. What smoke y'all looking for in the fall?
Man,
Coach Quinn ain't here to stop you.
What I'm really trying to get back to is Pac Prime and Oklahoma Impact.
Hey, that Impact program, them kids tough, man. All right. We're going to have a Red River shootout. All right. Big dog. You've been dunking on people all 7-on-7 season, man. So what we got to look forward to in the fall? Who you want that smoke from?
Got 3 teams: Oklahoma Impact, SCD, and EGB.
Hey, say it to his face. The GOAT. What's on Pac Prime's mind?
EGB and SCD.
Let's swing over here to the captain of the ship.
Yeah, I for sure want SED and sure EGB.
Man, I think it's because y'all icy, Eric. It's the helmets, bro. Y'all dripped on them too hard. They don't like that. I wouldn't have liked it either. Let's go. Let's go top row, man.
I want Pac Prom and I want the Bills.
Hey, that's gonna be a show. That's a movie. All right, big dog. Who you trying to get that smoke?
I want EGB and Bills and the Bills.
All right, okay. So we got a future clash of the Titans coming up. For the meanwhile, they'll be busy trying to qualify for state. They already qualified for the Premier Events State Tournament out in Midland. We'll see if we'll be out there this summer. But before we wrap it up, man, I just want to go ahead and get a final message from Weldon and the program. And also, man, tell us a little bit more about the signing day that you guys had at school earlier.
Gotcha. What you just heard from these guys here, talking about who they want to see in the fall when they go back to their tackle teams, that's what truly makes this team great. You've got a bunch of competitors, whether it's against each other or whether it's for each other's. All these guys just want to compete, and bringing them together, that was kind of what made it easy because they all had that same mentality. It's I want to win. I don't care who we're playing. I don't care if it's a 10U team, 11U team, 12U team, 13U team. Their goal is to win every time they step on the field. So, I mean, again, bringing them together, that competitiveness made this easy. Um, as far as our signing day, we actually just wrapped up here at school earlier this week. We had a end of the year signing day where we had 5 kids that signed to play different sports this year. We had 1 kid that signed to play football, and then we had 4 where we had 2 guys and 2 girls that signed to play basketball. So we had 5 athletes total here at Newman this year receive athletic scholarships.
Hey, Newman definitely on the rise. One of the private schools in the DFW to watch. A fine school, a fine facility, and a great coaching staff. And you're seeing them on display on Semi-Pro Live most weekends with AYG. I want to give a big thank you to everybody who's tuned in. A big thank you to AYG for coming out and staying up, on their Friday. And before I go, man, I want to get a final message. And last time we went with Eric for the final message, but I'm going to go with my boy Deuce. So we're going to get a final message from my dog Deuce, man. Now, he's quite the boisterous one. So I'm going to go ahead and let you take it away, man. What's the final message for AYG as you guys head into the weekend's competition?
Before Deuce wraps it up, I just want to take a moment to give a shout out to my AD, Coach Starkey, and my entire Newman district for allowing us to be here tonight to host this event and this interview. So, huge shout out to them. Deuce, let's close out.
All right. Our last message is we want all the smoke.
Hey, all the smoke. And that'll be the final message. Come on, Eric. It's not that much pressure, Eric. Eric, like, dang, why he always keep doing this to us? And that'll be the final word from AYG, man. I want to thank everybody who's a part of tonight's broadcast. If you would like to be on our next week's show, this is something we just started this week. We're going to be doing it every night of the week. If you got a program, you got a young athlete who's looking for some exposure, if you need a platform and you got something to say, reach out to us. We'd love to have you on. We'll see you guys next time on Semi-Pro Live.
I appreciate you, Channing.
No problem, man. And we are up out of there. You know